with Kyle Evans. Grow with Kyle Evans.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of the internet. Welcome back, Thundercats. It's another episode of the G.R.O.W Show, your daily checkup from the neck up. Yesterday, we talked about being grumpy. Today, we're going to take it tactical. Today, we're going to give you some sales psychology, some human psychology, some stuff that you can use for your own life, for your business, for all of these things to improve, to get better, to get more influential, if you will. Today's show, today's 20-minute segment together, I'm calling the pain line. And here's why, guys. Every sale in your life, every contract, every listing, every offer, every major human decision, professionally or personally, it literally starts and ends with one moment, and it's the moment that you cross the pain line, if you will. This is where I think a lot of people get caught in the weeds and they hear that language and it turns them off. Guys, not pain is in suffering, but pain is in truth. Pain like in awareness. Pain is in clarity. Pain is in the cost of staying exactly where you are. That's what we're talking about today. People don't move when they're comfortable. People move when they become aware that staying the same is more painful than the next step. People move when they understand that staying the same is more painful than the next step. This episode, this time together, we're going to take a deep dive into some of the pressure points that determines all this. We're going to talk about where that pain line is, how to actually recognize when ourselves or clients are living below it. And how can we skillfully and ethically guide people and ourselves to it and past it? How can we help them cross that pain line without fear, with confidence? If you master the pain line, you're never going to wonder why a deal stalled again. You're never going to wonder why you're not influential. You're never going to wonder why you're stuck. So let's get into it this morning, man. Welcome aboard. Let's dive in, guys. I want to start with some clarity here. The pain line is legitimately simply a psychological threshold where most people finally admit that my current situation hurts more than the effort that it will take to change it. My current situation hurts more than the effort that it'll take to change it. Below the pain line, people tend to justify. And when I'm saying people, I'm talking about you, I'm talking about me, I'm talking about people, human beings. We rationalize below the pain line. We delay. We avoid. We stay comfortable. Maybe we're talking in circles. Above the pain line, people activate. Above the pain line, there was a decision, a commitment. Above the pain line, people ask questions that move things forward. We shift into agency. The pain line isn't about suffering, it's about truth. It's the moment that we become honest about the cost of inaction. Your job for yourself and to others is not to create pain. I want you to understand that. You're not creating pain for somebody. You're simply revealing it. You're simply showing them what is there. So let's talk about 4 states that people are in below this pain line, below this psychological threshold, and you may be in it yourself. State number 1 is denial. The person refuses to see the problem in its entirety. Let's say it's in real estate, the house is overpriced. Let's say that interest rates are not affecting them. Their timeline is not unrealistic. That's denial. But it may sound something like, hey, we just want to wait and see. Hey, we think the right buyer is just going to show up in time. We're not in a rush. Denial. Number 2, minimization. They know the problem. We know the problem, but we pretend that it's not as bad as it is. What it sounds like is, hey, it's fine. It's not that urgent. We can live with it. We can deal with this. They're minimizing the issue that's there. The third one is distraction. We're focused on everything else but the actual issue at hand. I call it being an ostrich, right? Taking your head and putting it under the sand. We're talking about maybe doing this thing, maybe doing the other thing. What about this? What about in real estate? What about paint color? What about landscaping? But we're talking about everything but the actual thing that's causing the sale to stall. The fourth one is false hope. We have denial, we have minimization, we have distraction, and last we have false hope. We cling to a fantasy to avoid taking action. In the real estate world, it may sound something like rates will drop any day now. Any day now, those rates are going to come to where we want. Hey, the perfect house will show up soon. Will it? What if it doesn't? Hey, we may know somebody in our sphere that wants to buy it. It's a false hope. Below the pain line, ourselves, our clients, we're emotionally unavailable to move. Like, I want you to let that sink in. You're emotionally unavailable to make the move, to make the change. We cannot hear strategy when we are still protecting comfort. We cannot hear logically when we are emotionally driven in protecting comfort. We cannot close someone who is committed to comfort. And I'm not just talking about your clients, ladies and gentlemen. I'm talking about you. Anytime that there is a change that you need to make, you cannot make that change when you are committed to comfort. You just can't. So, Kyle, I understand the pain line is what you might be thinking. Understand that most people are below it. I understand denial and distraction and minimization and false hope. How do we move above it? How do we cross it? I want to give you 3 ways, 3 reasons that when you use them in concert, when you use them in symphony, it's a powerful thing. Number 1 is clarity. You've heard me say that a million times. You know why? Because it's a fact, Jack. Clarity helps people cross the pain line. It's when they finally understand the real problem. It's when they see the truth without distortion. Our questions have brought the fog down. Clarity. The second is consequence, or said another way, cost. People are now seeing the cost of staying the same. They see the cost of opportunity. They see the lost money. They see the lost time. They see the lost peace, the consequence. So you have clarity and you have consequence. And the next is contrast. Contrast, A and B. It's when you can see what life could look like if you did the hard thing. It's where hope meets pain, vision meets discomfort. This lights the path forward. Guys, when you combine clarity, consequence, and contrast, you're bringing the client to the doorway of action. If you have a tough decision, if you feel stuck, if you feel in a rut, are you bringing clarity, consequence, and contrast to your own thought process? Are you bringing yourself to the doorway of action? I just got these things on my mind for you today. I trust you're listening. How do we guide clients? How do we take ourselves even to the pain line with language of revelation? I need you, number one, to ask awareness questions. Sometimes not sometimes, a lot of the times, we are over speaking and over talking, so clarity can't be found. Ask awareness questions. Gary Keller, my mentor from a mile, calls it authorship is ownership. The person needs to author it. If we're talking about tactically in real estate, the question is very simple. What made you reach out now? What has changed in your situation? What worries you the most about waiting? What is your biggest concern on the upcoming transaction? These are awareness questions, getting them to author what's going on. Again, we are not creating pain, we are revealing it. We are letting them author the situation. We are not dictating a situation for someone. What made you reach out? What has changed in your situation? What worries you the most about waiting? What is your biggest concern in the upcoming transaction? These questions pull the real truth out of hiding. So, first, we're going to ask awareness questions. We're going to get into authorship. The second step is I want you to reflect the reality. Reflect the reality. It might sound something like this. Hey, so let me repeat what I'm hearing you say. Hey, let me soundboard back to you what I think I heard you say there. So you are paying 2,000 more a month than you want to? You feel stuck? You're tired of this, that, the other? Did I get that right? Reflection brings them face to face with themselves. A lot of times you might hear it say something, them repeat when you nail it, when you reflect back correctly, you might hear them say something like, exactly. That's it. You're right. You understand. Or one of the ones that I hear, gosh, when you say it like that, and I simply say back, I'm just saying what you're saying. When we reflect reality, we give them a chance to see it, to come face to face with it, to not hide from it, to not have it distorted. The next step, we're asking awareness questions. We're reflecting back. Again, we're not creating, we're reflecting. And then we're going to expand the cost of inaction. Question might be, hey, what happens if nothing changes in 3 months, in 6 months, in 12 months? What will this cost you if you wait? Humans activate when we feel the price of staying still, when we feel the price of staying stuck, when we feel the price of doing the same damn thing over and over and over again, expecting different results. Albert Einstein called that insanity. Doing the same experiment, expecting different results is the definition of insanity. Humans activate when they truly understand and feel the price of staying stuck. So I want you to help them author it. I want you to reflect back, and then I want you to expand the cost of inaction. Then we're going to bring in the contrast. A and B. Imagine 60 days from now, you are settled in the new home that fits your needs, fits your dreams, fits your motivation. How would that change your day to day life? How would that change? How different would that feel? Walk me through that through your eyes. Contrast is simply hope with structure. Hope with structure. Authorship, reflection, expansion, contrast. Then validation. Tying a bow on it with validation. I want them to feel seen. I want them to feel understood. I want you to validate their fear. Hey, it makes sense that you're nervous. This is a big decision. But I want you to know that I'm here to walk alongside you arm in arm through every part of it. Validation lowers defensiveness so trust can rise. Validation lowers defensiveness so trust can rise. Guys, this is leadership, not manipulation. This is guiding someone into clarity. Now, that moment they cross that pain line, that moment you hear exactly, you're going to see more often than not a subtle change. More often than not, it's not the clouds have parted and you start hearing a hymn playing softly in the background. It's going to more than likely see something like their tone is going to change. Their questions are going to shift from emotional to practical. They're probably going to become curious instead of defensive. Maybe you'll see a change in body language. They'll be leaning forward into the conversation. They'll start to take ownership of the plan. It might sound like specifically, okay, Kyle, so what would be the first step? Hey, if we listed it now, what price point makes sense for this market? If we wrote the offer today, what would it look like? What do we need to start doing to prepare? These are action questions. You're going to notice that shift again from emotional to practical. This is the moment of activation, the moment their identity swings from passive to engaged. This is where deals live. This is where change, actual change lives. People will hide if you let them. We are wired for comfort. We're not wired for happiness. We're wired for homeostasis. We're wired for security. We're wired for safety, satiation. We're not wired for growth. We're not wired for change. We're not wired for happiness. We tend to hide if we can. And if we are stuck in comfort, we will never get to where we desire to actually be. We do not push people. We do not pressure people. We do not scare people. We serve people by helping them tell their truth. Your job is to help them see what they already know, what they already feel they've been avoiding. And you're going to guide them into stepping into decision instead of tiptoeing around it. Ethical sales is helping someone escape a situation that is no longer serving them and help them step into one that will. If you guide the pain line with integrity, people will trust you for the rest of your life. If this is resonating with you, if this is making sense, for the next week, for the next month, every time you hear a client say or give you some hesitation or give you pause, hell, dude, even time every time that you give hesitation or pause, I want you to ask yourself the question, am I below the pain line or above it? Are they below the pain line or above it? Assess the situation, assess the mindset, and then I want you to adjust your language accordingly. If they or you are below the pain line, remember, we're going to ask awareness questions. We're going to reflect that information. We're going to validate and we're going to reveal. If you're above the pain line, if they're above the pain line, that's where we get into direction. That's where we get into guidance. That's where we get into leadership. Master this rhythm, and you're going to master the emotional heartbeat of sales, the emotional heartbeat of leadership. This is the truth. People rarely move because of information. I'm sorry. But people do move because of realization. What I hope, what I pray for each and every one of you in the leadership of your business, your homes, your families, and your life is to understand that realization, revelation beats information. People move when they cross the pain line. People move when the truth becomes heavier than their comfort. People move when the cost of staying the same finally becomes undeniable, and they understand that. You got to learn to guide them and yourself with respect and clarity, and you will change lives, including your own. This is leadership. This is what service looks like. The pain line is not about suffering, it's about truth. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of the internet, I trust that this was helpful for you today. Give me a shout out, man. Click, like, subscribe, share this. Let's get this message out to as many people as possible. It is an honor to be here with you this morning. I'm going to go jump into a bunch of meetings now, doing my thing, helping people move past their own pain line. Love you. I mean it. Go make it a great day. Have a great weekend.
Grow with Kyle Evans.